time for the second half of tonight's chat. And tonight's chat is chat number 350, and it was titled How to Move More and Actually Enjoy It. Yeah, and Tiffany, your name looked familiar, but, you know, I see a lot of y'all. Did y'all know that there's like, if everybody came and if everybody commented, there's like 11,000 of you all. So, yeah. So some of your names, and that's why some of y'all have nicknames too, because if I didn't nickname you, I would have no idea. I would have no idea who y'all were. Okay, so, I mean, I would never keep y'all apart. Keep y'all, you know, whatever. So, this week in the second half, we're going to do something different. Because y'all know, you know, I love to do something different. I have a question first. How many of you all have somebody in your family, somebody in your home, somebody in your workplace, somebody that you have to consider when you are, so like when you're making food, buying food, preparing food, eating food, how many of you all have someone in your, don't know what to call that, like your, I know what to call it, but the word has just left me, in your peer group or whatever, that you feel like is a picky eater? So raise your hand if you have somebody that you consider to be a picky eater. Okay, so not just somebody in your peer group, but somebody that you consider to be a picky eater. And you can shout out who that is too, you know, if you want to. So Melissa does. Melissa, out of curiosity, who is it? So I've got two picky eaters. You know, we're basically living behind Casey now, and Sarah says it's her sister. So we basically live in Casey's backyard right now, and we're probably going to be there about a year. Alyssa is absolutely the pickiest eater I've ever seen. Tiffany says it's her daughter. Melissa says it's her sister. Sandra says it's her son. Barbara says her husband and one of her sons. So Alyssa is Kim, it's her daughter. Marion says her granddaughters. Okay, yeah, so granddaughters. Alyssa is 6. Bo is 2. Bo will eat anything you put in front of her. I made a breakfast casserole this morning. All we had to do to get her to eat it, and Anna says both of her kids, all we had to do to get her to eat it was cut it up into, you know, like little cubes. So we cut it up into little cubes, gave her a little fork, and she sat there, popped it in her mouth, you know, and went to town. She ate half of a bagged salad that Casey had made the other day. Alyssa is like, nope. She'll eat pickles and she'll eat salt and vinegar chips. But outside of that, her food, I don't know, what she'll eat is so small, it's not even funny. And Casey's husband, so Marlene says her son-in-law, so Casey's husband, Alan, my son-in-law, he has a smaller range of things that he will eat. Casey's is very different from mine. She's a very adventurous eater, but like she won't eat anything that would end up being a Greek salad or a Greek pizza, or she cannot stand artichokes, olives, balsamic vinegar, feta cheese, all the things that I love in something like that. She cannot stand them. And then John has a really small repertoire of vegetables and fruit. Okay, so I took a survey today. I'm going to take a survey with you all, and then we're going to help each other think about some things for those very, very picky eaters, okay? Because let's face it, I have to be able to, now that I'm helping prepare food at Casey's house, I have to be able to help prepare things that I can stay on track with Weight Watchers. This has been a wild and hairy December and January. I have got to get back on track, especially since Karen and I have not been able to walk for a month. That's a whole nother subject. Not getting in your normal activity, not getting in your normal activity for an entire month does strange things to the shape and condition of your body, and that's all I'm going to say. Okay, but I have got to get back on it. I can't just keep eating peanut butter crackers like the girls do all day. Okay, so yeah, so I took a survey today, and we're going to help each other with these picky eaters. So we've got to be able to stay on track. We still have to be able to enjoy what we're eating, but we've got to have their buy-in, even if we don't eat every meal together, because we do not eat every meal with them. But even if we don't eat every meal together, we've still got to get some buy-in so that we're not making 7 different dinners. You know, so we're not making 7 different breakfasts or 7 different dinners. You know, we've got to have, you know, the bulk of the people, participating. Okay, and I just realized I did not bring my pen over here. hold tight. Do not go anywhere. I'm coming right back. I just need to get my pen. Okay, I am almost back. Okay, so here is the survey that I did at home, this morning before I left to go to church, funeral, then here. Then I'm going to ask you all the same questions. Okay, don't jump ahead of me. Just hold on just a second. Okay, so I asked Casey what her favorite vegetable. Well, I said, Casey, what are your 3 favorite vegetables? And she said bell peppers, asparagus, and spinach. I asked her what her 3 favorite fruits were, and they are grapes, watermelon. Let's see, grapes, watermelon, and berries, like just a general, berries. And then I asked her what her favorite protein is, and it is tuna, chicken, and turkey, or cheese actually was on the top too. Okay, so you notice Casey's didn't have anything in it that would be, like the Greek salad, Greek whatever, and that's not all I eat. But yeah, so hers were bell peppers, asparagus, spinach, so a good mix, at least she didn't say just carrots. Then I asked Alan, what are his 3 favorite vegetables? And he said broccoli, peas, and green beans. Okay, good. That's a pretty good mix. I asked him what his 3 favorite fruits were, and he said bananas, apples, and then he threw in a zinger, kiwis. Kiwi. Okay. I love kiwi. I never thought about that. Never thought about him. I don't know. Never thought he'd pick kiwi. And then when I asked him what his 3 favorite proteins were, he said yes. So apparently anything that's considered protein, he was on board, which he really kind of is, because he will eat cottage cheese, which I won't. He will eat tofu if I make it like my mom makes it. So in that arena, it's kind of odd. So he literally, those 3 favorite vegetables, that's it. Unless it's corn, non-starchy vegetables. If it's corn or a starchy potato or something like that, he'll eat it. But non-starchy vegetables, broccoli, peas, and green beans, that's it. He doesn't eat anything outside of that. But he's pretty equal opportunity when it comes to protein, and I'll let his answer yes. Okay, then I asked John. John's 3 favorite non-starchy vegetables are Brussels sprouts. Hello, Melvie. Are Brussels sprouts, asparagus. So he and Casey kind of, overlapped there. So Brussels sprouts, asparagus, and broccoli. So we had a good showing for broccoli. We had a good showing for asparagus. So that seemed hopeful, for our future meals. His 3 favorite fruits are, and Casey doesn't eat bananas. So John's 3 favorite fruits were bananas, oranges, and peaches. Okay, Casey doesn't eat bananas. Bananas made Alan's list. Oranges, Casey doesn't eat oranges. Oranges made John's list. They did not make Alan's list. Peaches only made John's list. And then when I asked John what his 3 favorite proteins were, he said cheese, eggs, and pork. Just pork in general. Okay. So here's what I'm going to ask you. Hopefully those examples will help you. I did not take this quiz because if I said what are my 3 favorite vegetables, my answer would have been I can only pick 3. My mother taught me to eat so many that my range on vegetables is like if there were 200 vegetables on the 200 0-point foods list, and I don't even know how many of them are vegetables, I would probably say, I eat, 95% of vegetables that are available, I will eat them. Fruit, kind of the same. I love all fruit. Protein, that's the only place where I'm kind of like, eek, because I don't eat cottage cheese. There's a handful of others that I don't eat. Okay, so here's what I want y'all to help me do, or I want you to think about. So for all of these picky people, we had broccoli, asparagus. I know the other 2 will eat green beans. I know that they will. John will not eat peas. Anyway, so through some mixing and matching, I can come up with, now I can't come up with anything Alyssa's going to eat, okay? Bo is fair game, so the 6-year-old, she's not even part of this survey. The 2-year-old, yeah, we're going to include her in this because she'll eat a lot of things that we do. So here's what I boiled it down to, and this is what I woke up in the middle of the night thinking about and realized we can, for most just picky eaters, not the ones like Alyssa whose list is this big total, and will not try new things. Okay, But I started thinking about it, and I thought, you know what? If the picky eaters, if we just got the picky eaters in our life to pick 3 vegetables, their 3 favorite vegetables, their 3 favorite fruits, and their 3 favorite proteins, do you know, does anybody know, can anybody do that math real quick? And that's math I can do. You know, I'm not great at math, but that is math I can do. If you got everybody down, everybody in your peer group, yes, Alyssa will eat, okay, so hold on. Okay, so Debbie just asked me a question. Alyssa will eat chicken nuggets. Alyssa eats she'll eat veggie chicken nuggets. She eats veggie corn dogs. She eats apples, all the apples you could possibly give her, all the grapes you could possibly give her, all the watermelon you could possibly give her. The things that she will eat them until she passes out, but her list is so short. It's so short, and her refusal to try anything is maddening sometimes. But anyway, okay. So what I figured out was, if in my current peer group, so technically there are 6 of us. We don't all live in Casey's house, but there are technically 6 of us in her, let's say, 3 to 5 meal a week peer group. If I can narrow us down to 3 favorite, and Sarah, she's not. My nieces are just like her. I'm just saying. We try. She's not going to. Okay. My nieces are 28, 25, and then I've got and then they have a brother. I have 2 of my nieces. They still only eat chicken nuggets and French fries and biscuits and shake cheese. They eat pasta with shake cheese in it. Okay, whatever. And Carol Lou is saying what I tell every other person on the planet is to take her to the grocery store, let her pick it out, let her decide what it is. I do that. We get her home. We open it, and she's like, nope. Anyway, okay. It's worse than trying to get a splinter out of somebody's hand. But I digress. She does eat a healthy range of things, a healthy selection of things. Like, she would eat an apple over a cookie any day, hands down. Her list is just so short. But anyway, okay. So what I figured out is, for the 5 of us who will eat, if I can make us a little list, and I think you all can do this too. So that's why I said I hope this would help you all. Is if I can pick us 3, if I can narrow down 3 favorite vegetables, 3 favorite fruits, and 3 favorite proteins, and that doesn't include the other things that we can throw in, like potatoes or pasta or, you know, some kind of bread or other things. But does anybody know how many variations, if I only do 3 vegetables, 3 fruits, and 3 proteins, does anybody know automatically how many variations I have just in that very small selection of things? Anybody? Quick. Very good. Stacy knows how to. Did you show your work, Stacy? Did you show your math? Did you show your math for everybody? Okay. Very good, Mary. Yes. So 3 vegetables times 3 fruits. 3 times 3 is 9. And then 3 more proteins. Yep, and it's 3 to the 3rd power. That's exactly right, Stacy. And I'm not good at math, but I can do this one. So 3 times 3 is 9, times that next 3 is 27. So that's already 27 variations. And I'm not talking about making a dinner of broccoli, bananas, and cheese. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying that in this combination that you can make something. So quickly, because I have yabbered now about Alyssa not liking things for like 15 minutes, and Carol Lou, I know, how did we get her to try a pickle? How did anybody get her to try? As tight-lipped as she is, someone got her to try a pickle, and she loved them. But anyway, okay. So I want you all to tell me what you think your picky eaters' 3 favorite vegetables are. And you don't have to call them or text them or whatever, but what do you all think that your picky eaters' 3 favorite vegetables are? And we're going to write a couple of those down, because now I've only given us like 13 minutes to do this exercise. So just throw out a couple that you think would be pretty, just pretty generic. Like most people would like this, or you think your picky eater would like it. I'm going to start. I'm going to say green beans, because Alyssa will eat. Yeah. Okay. Melissa says green beans. Alyssa will eat green beans. She loves them. Okay. So I'm going to try writing this backwards. Remember, I have to write backwards. So this is not my best. I have to think how these letters look when they're forward. Okay, so we're gonna say green beans. I did a pretty good job. Lynn says carrots. I think carrots are a pretty, and Cherry says carrots too. I think carrots are a pretty safe, I think that's a pretty safe bet that most people who think they don't like, people that think they don't like vegetables, almost all of them like carrots. So I think that was a good one. And let's see, Marianne says green beans, broccoli, and carrots. Broccoli seemed to be, and Melissa, I'm going for I know I didn't specify this, but I'm going for non-starchy vegetables because then we can mix in some things like corn or potatoes or stuff like that, you know, if we need to, which believe it or not, Alyssa doesn't eat corn. She won't eat corn. What is wrong with her? Okay. And Barbara says broccoli. I think broccoli is a pretty good third choice. Okay. So I'm going to say broccoli. So we're going to say, and boy, I hope these look okay since I'm writing them backwards. So right now for our vegetables, we've got green beans, carrots, and broccoli. Good. All the letters are facing the correct way. What do you think three pretty innocuous fruits would be that most people, even our picky eaters, would eat? So let's pick 3 fruits. And Stacy said cucumbers. I love cucumbers. We have, let's see, out of our choices, it would be me in our 6-person little entity right now. I would be the only person eating the cucumbers. No, she doesn't like cornbread. She doesn't like cornbread. Who doesn't like cornbread? Okay, Mary says bananas. Tiffany says, yeah, Tiffany, bananas, grapes. Okay, I'm going to say, okay, y'all have come up with 3 great ones. Tiffany, Marianne, Barbara, Lynn. Yeah, okay, we're going to stop with that. So we're going to say, I think those are 3 good ones. We're going to say bananas and grapes. Okay, and apples. Okay, I think those are, I don't know, Sarah. I don't know. You just have to eat with her sometime. It's just so strange. Didn't eat a hamburger. Okay, 3 proteins. So what do y'all think would be 3? Again, and let's see, let's make sure all of my letters are going the correct way. I have to admit, pretty good. I'm doing a pretty good job of writing backwards. Okay, so 3 proteins that you think would be pretty safe. Yeah, watermelon would be a good one. Alyssa announced the other day that she doesn't like pineapple, and I was like, what did a pineapple ever do to you? And she used to eat turkey, and now she's like off turkey. She's 6. And I said, why don't you eat turkey? And she was like, I don't know, I don't eat turkeys. And I was like, you eat chickens? Why don't you eat turkeys? Okay. So we've got green beans, carrots, broccoli, bananas, grapes, and apples. He said chicken, ham, and steak. Sarah said chicken, tuna, and eggs. Yep, chicken seems like it's going to be, I think chicken's going to be a winner. Okay, so I think chicken is going to be a winner. A couple of you said tuna. Okay, Sherry said peanut butter. John picked that as one of his options, and I made him take it off and pick something else. But maybe I should have left peanut butter on there. Ground beef, eggs, cheese. Okay, I'm going to put cheese on there. And it could be a light cheese. We're going to call, okay, so we are going to, I will just say this, just for the sake of ease, and because now I've only given us 12 minutes to do this. Cheese, I'm going to use cheese as a broad collection bucket for cottage cheese, shredded cheese, actual cheese, string cheese, cheese, okay? I'm going to use cheese as a broad, as we start to put a couple of things together, I'm going to use cheese as a broad, you know, kind of a thing. And then Barbara says yogurt. I think yogurt would be a good one. Okay, so I'm going to, even though I love eggs, I think we're going to use yogurt. Okay. Okay, so let's make sure again that all of my letters, okay, and Carol says yogurt too. Okay, Alyssa will eat yogurt. Okay, anyway, so we're going to say that our picky eater, so whoever our picky eater's name is going to be, I don't know, let's just give her a name. Her name is going to be, is there anybody here tonight named, I don't know, I'm making Trixie. Is there anybody here tonight named Trixie? Because if not, we're going to say that our picky eater's name is Trixie. Okay. And if you were here tonight, oh, Matilda. You know what? I like that better. I like Matilda better. Okay, so we're going to say Matilda. Picky Patty. That's funny. Okay, I don't know why. I just love, that just was cute. So we're going to say her name is Matilda. We're going to call her Moody Matilda. Okay, so, and if there's anyone here tonight named Matilda, or if you're watching later and your name is Matilda, sorry, no offense. Okay, so did I spell that correctly? Okay, so Matilda. Matilda's our picky eater. She is an adult. She's a young adult. And, you know, she's not 6 years old. She's been around long enough. You know, she's tried a lot of things. She's traveled some for work, but she still has a really limited, you know, group of things that she'll eat. Well, Matilda is coming to stay with us for a month, for a whole month. And so we're not going to sit here and figure out 30 meals that Matilda can eat with us, but we've got to figure out a handful of things that we can already have ready, that we can already have in the refrigerator, or that we can make for dinner, or that we could have, you know, for her lunches or whatever. So we're going to pick out of this list, we're going to make 3 things that Matilda could eat. Now we can add things to this. So remember, we didn't talk about starchy vegetables. We didn't talk about, we can add, you know, add other things to it. We didn't talk about starchy vegetables. We didn't talk about rice. We didn't talk about grains. We didn't talk about bread. So we can add other things to this because we're assuming that Matilda will eat rice, because Matilda, aka Alyssa, just kidding, will eat rice. We are assuming she might eat some beans. She might eat, now she's picky enough, she's probably not going to eat lentils, okay? She might eat oatmeal. Matilda might eat sliced bread. She might, you know, some potatoes, corn, things like that. So we can add some things to this. So if we look at this list, if we look at green beans, carrots, broccoli, bananas, grapes, apples, chicken, cheese, and yogurt, I already have like 4 different things that had like popped into my head like that, that if we added something else to them that we could make for Matilda that she would love, because she's already said that she likes green beans, carrots, broccoli, bananas, grapes, and apples, chicken, cheese, and yogurt. Those are her favorites. Can anybody think, did anything just immediately pop in your head from this grouping? And remember, you can add things to it, but did anything pop in your head that you could go ahead and make for Matilda? And I just want to show you, if you'll just get them to tell you what you like, it is so easy to do. 3 times 3 equals 9 times 3 equals 27. Okay, Carol Lou says stir fry. You sure could do a stir fry with green beans, carrots, and broccoli with a little bit of rice. You could stir fry some chicken. Perfect. Perfect. Yep, Marianne says you can do chicken, green beans, and apples or applesauce. Fantastic. Stacy says a chicken broccoli stir fry. Perfect. Oh yeah, Sylvia says that man's chicken. You could do that man's chicken. Then you could steam some broccoli to go with it, and maybe put some grapes on the side. That would be awesome. Mary says soup. Okay, Mary, so how would you make soup out of this? I'm not saying you can't, just tell me how. Barbara says chicken. So chicken with green beans. Ooh, green beans with almonds and apples, and add a sweet potato. Sounds fantastic. Okay, and so what Barbara just said, the chicken with the green beans with almonds, apples, and a sweet potato, that would also fill that color my plate from last week, because that would be so colorful. Karen, that's exactly what I thought of. So Karen said a chicken broccoli casserole. That was literally the first thing that popped into my head when I looked at this list. I was like, all right, you got it. You can take some chicken. You can go ahead and take some shredded chicken. You can add some cheese. You can add a little bit of rice or something, you know, to that, and some steamed broccoli, in case I didn't already say steamed broccoli, and you could make a casserole. Yum, yum, yum. That would be awesome. And even Bo would eat that. Alyssa wouldn't eat it, but even Bo would eat it while Matilda was here to visit. Let's see. Mary says chicken, green beans, broccoli, and broth in the slow cooker. Sounds fantastic. Stacy says chicken egg roll in a bowl. You sure could do that. Debbie wants to know, are you asking if Matilda will eat mushroom gravy, or are you asking if Alyssa and Bo will eat mushroom gravy? That I can't answer. Another thing I thought of is you could cut up some bananas, grapes, and apples, and then you could mix them in some yogurt. Barbara says you can make a dessert with the banana, but you know, you can cut up some bananas, grapes, and apples, maybe add some raisins if Matilda likes those, and then mix it with some yogurt. So yummy for breakfast. Melissa says a baked potato with cheese, shredded chicken, and broccoli. Sold. Melissa, is that what you were making me for dinner on Tuesday night? That is absolutely Great. And Debbie's asking if anyone in the group likes mushroom. Hold on. What did you ask? Mushroom gravy. Okay. We must be running out of time. Okay, Carol Lou says a broccoli salad. Yep, you've got the makings of that there. Stacy says a copycat KFC mashed potato chicken bowl. Fantastic. Okay, do y'all see how many ideas we're getting from this? So let me just go ahead and cheat and say all 3 of mine liked green beans. A couple of them will tolerate carrots. All of them will eat broccoli. Everybody but Casey will eat bananas. The boys and the girls will eat grapes and bananas. Oh yeah. Oh, Carol. Yeah, Debbie. Sorry, I don't know why I keep mixing your all's names up. Yeah, that would be a good one. So Debbie, just go ahead and spat it out because yeah. See, you can sneak stuff in there like that in there too. Like I sneak my fat-free cream cheese. I sneak that into a lot of casseroles, and they have no clue. Alyssa does like bananas. And all of mine like chicken. They all like cheese, and everybody but John likes yogurt. So just what you all shouted out, guess what? You all have just given me ideas. You think that I was telling you stuff. You all just gave me ideas for things that we can have for the next few weeks over at Casa de Bohannon. Okay, so thank you all for making up our menu for the next couple of weeks. I hope you all will take a few minutes and figure out what your picky eaters like. Kind of get all this together. And I know I said I wasn't going to cough, but I've been talking really fast. I hope you will take a few minutes, figure out what your picky eaters like, and remember, 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. We already have probably 27 ideas of variations of things to feed to our picky eaters. Y'all are the bomb. Some of those things I had not even thought of. Some of them were right on the money as to what I was thinking about. But see how easy that was? Easy, easy, easy. So we all know that Matilda will eat this, y'all will eat this, we will eat this, everybody but Alyssa will eat this, and we're just not going to worry about Alyssa. We'll just let her eat what she eats. But I hope you all had a great evening. I hope you got some great ideas from this. Y'all seriously keep shouting those out. I know even though the chat is winding down, you can still comment. You can comment after this is posted. You can comment later on YouTube. You can comment later on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com when the notes are posted. You can still comment because people will love these ideas. I'm gonna write down all of these ideas of everything you all said. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope you'll keep shouting them out even, when the chat comes to an end. If you watch this on YouTube, if you're watching this later on YouTube, I hope that you will go ahead and let that next video roll over. That is just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. And Sherry copied in the list already. And then I hope you will click that subscribe button because my subscribers are going wrong. YouTube has this new algorithm thing, and it's just like cutting people. If they're not watching your videos, it cuts them. So anyway, I would love it if some more of y'all would subscribe. But you all have a great week, a fantastic week. I have had so much fun. Thank you for letting me be back. Cannot wait to walk with Karen in the morning. Cannot wait to see Melissa and everybody else at our in-person meeting Tuesday night. But y'all have a great evening and an even better week. And I will see you next time. Good night.